Hey there, fearless gamers. This is the Stark Lord. I decided to do a new video series after, I was planning to do this anyways, but after seeing some of the Adepticon results, I was a little sad to see that no one was playing Sisters of Battle in the big tournament, and I was like, someone's got to deal with this. So, that's what this series is going to be about. We're going to try to deconstruct the Sisters of Battle codex, and build a viable list at a couple different point levels. I'll go to shoot for 1850 and 2000 points, definitely. Maybe 1500 also, if people really want to do that. I prefer doing that over 2000, building list-wise, but most tournaments in the area are 1850 or 2000. So, we'll see. Please tell me what you want. Definitely comment on what you think about the units we talk about, and also at what point levels you want me to, or we want to discuss about, because they all play a little different, obviously. So for the first video, we're going to talk about the HQ choices. There's 5 of them total, and 2 of them aren't worth using. So let's seriously look at this, though. First off, we have the Canoness, who is your standard, captain-style character. I hate to say it, but don't take her for any kind of serious tournament. There are better options than taking a Canoness. She doesn't really bring a lot to the army. She's not like an awesome kill stick, nor is she an awesome support unit. She doesn't really bring anything. Actually, let's take a step back. When doing an HQ, really you want preferably something that really enhances your army. Those are the best HQs, like a librarian or something that has a lot of powers to make the rest of your army better. Eldar Farseers are a good example with things that support your army. The next best choice is something that really beats the crap out of things. The problem with those is they're very easily targeted and removed because it's only one model. But it's a backup choice. Again, now going back to the HQs, Canoness doesn't really do either. She's not really good at definitely not good at close combat. I mean, she got a weapon skill 5, but strength 3 and nothing to enhance that. Her faith power is kind of useless. It gives her and her unit a +1 initiative. Important note, faith powers do not stack. You can only use 1 power per unit per turn, or one of their powers if they have multiple powers. Per phase, I should have said. So she can try to pop her initiative up and get preferred enemy once per assault. If she fails, she can't spend another point to do it again. And if she succeeds, she can't spend another point to bring it up again after that. So you can make her initiative 5. Oh, yay. So she can go before non-dedicated assault units, but not worth it with strength 3 and a power weapon at best. She can bring a command squad. The command squad's faith powers gives them relentless. That's kind of useful. I played around with it, giving 3 heavy bolters in there because that's the max you can take. With that, with the standard feel no pain from the Kyurgen or Trigian, however you say it, I think it's Kyurgen, and the getting the faith point back on a roll of a 6 if you use the I forgot the name of it now. The really hard to say name, the Simlicer Imperialis, right? Did I kill that? Oh no. Do they even have that? They don't. They have a lot hailer. I forget what that does. Honestly, they're not worth it. They're too many points. They're not worth it. The Canoness isn't really worth it. Move on. The next point that you look at is the Priest. Standard Priest also isn't worth it. Not saying that he's bad. It's an okay choice, and let's take a Battle Conclave. Battle Conclaves are actually pretty decent. But for the price of a power weapon, you can get a special character that's 100 times better. So we're going to move on to those guys next. Oh, actually, the price of a power weapon, not that it really matters, but let me look really quick. Normally there's 75 points, power weapon is 10 points, so price of a power weapon and a melt-a-bomb, you get a special character that's way better. So let's look at them. So first we have the Archconfessor Kirinov. He and the other priestly special character are both the same amount of points. Kirinov brings, he's got Fearless. And his big thing that I like is he gives everyone within 6 inches of him Fearless. So he's good to enhance your units and is a good force multiplier in that respect. After that, he doesn't bring too much awesome. He does bring something. I'm going to page. I'm sorry. I'm not super prepared. I'm going through a printout of everything. And I lost my spot. I read it, and I immediately forgot. So I'm going to waste some time. Here we go. So he gives it 6 plus fearless, 6-inch fearless thing. Counts as having a Laud Hailer and a simulacrum. There we go. I can't say that word. Imperialis. and that's pretty okay. And he's got a cool power weapon with a nice effect, but it's not awesome. He's not bad. Again, just giving Fearless to everyone within 6 inches is kind of cool. And then you got the other guy, Uriah Jacobus, or Jacobus, whatever. The cool missionary dude. He's pretty much, you're not taking him, you might be doing something wrong. Simply because, first, he lets you re-roll your faith points for the turn. And I know you shouldn't rely on your faith points. That's a very important note. Don't rely on your faith points. But it's always good to have them. But he also has his little banner thing that gives the unit he's in +1 attack and feel no pain. And I think he's stubborn, so his unit should be stubborn, technically. And that's a pretty good thing. First off, he helps the whole army by letting you re-roll your faith. And then he makes a really nice counter-assault unit for you by having that feel no pain add-on. Which is really why you're taking him. You're taking for those 2 reasons. For a good counter-attack unit, because you're going to need it, since Sisters are a very short-range army, with very bad assault capabilities. So he's your answer to that. And he lets you get, hopefully, better faith. If you make a bad roll on your faith, you could really use that upgrade on that. What else do you get? That's really all he's got. I mean, he's got some cool tech, but that's it. And then your last special character, who's my favorite, is Saint Celestine, who is a steal at like 105 points or something like that. 150. Nope. 115. Oh my god, I lost her. Oh no, she's right there. She's 115 points. Now normally, like I said, beat stick character isn't great, but that's because they can die. Celestine's whole thing is that when she dies, you roll a leadership check. If she passes, she goes back into reserves and comes back in on a 4+. So she's never really dead. So she's always a problem for the opponent. She's good at killing high toughness things. The higher toughness, the better she is, frankly, for dealing with it, because she always wounds on 4s. So monsters, creatures, big tough death guard or something, whatever, toughness 5, whatever. She's got that. Don't throw her at a tank, because she is technically only strength 3. So throwing her at anything that isn't doesn't have a toughness value is kind of a bad idea, because she's not going to really hurt it. She's got really good stats otherwise. She's initiative 7. She's going first. She's got a good amount of attacks. She's got the jump pack. She's moving quick. Just team her up with something. Give her some Seraphim to take some wounds for her, because even though she can come back up, you still want her to survive a little bit. So, in my opinion, the best 2 choices are Jacobus and Celestine. But I want to know what you guys think. Definitely, I mean, I usually at 1850 play 1 HQ, I play Celestine. I think Jacobus might be the best HQ choice overall in the whole book. I just don't have a model for him, but if going into a 2,000 or 1,800 to 2,000 point game, I would definitely consider, if I'm taking 2 HQs, him definitely should be in there. If you can take 2 HQs, you're taking him. 90 points, that's less than 2,000 points, that's less than 5% of your army points. It's worth it. And then just give him some Conclave dudes, and you're great. Battle Conclave, I should talk about that. Any priest can take them. Again, the normal priest isn't worth it. But Jacobus and Kirinov can both take the Battle Conclave. Battle Conclave has 3 options. There's the same 3 options, or 3 of the options from the Grey Knight book. You got Death Cult Assassins, Crusaders, and Arcoflagellants. For if you're going to take Jacobus, don't bother with the Arcos, just because their big thing is they have Feel No Pain, Strength 5, but he already gives someone Feel No Pain, so it wouldn't synergize well. You're just giving the same unit an ability they already have. Not worth it. Most people take Death Cult Assassins because Death Cult Assassins are worth it. They are very good. And I'm trying to find their stats so I can tell you how good they are, and I can't. There they are. Death Cult Assassins are Strength 4 with Power Weapon. They have 2 base attacks, they have 2 weapons, and then if you throw them with Jacobus again, another attack, plus Feel No Pain on top of their 5 plus Invuln save. Really good option for either one. If you can take a Battle Conclave, Assassins are a good choice. Again, you're using Battle Conclave for counterattack, they're there for that. After that, you have the Crusader, who is my personal favorite because I like anything with the word Crusader in it, really. And I like shields, and I like 3 plus Invuln saves, and that's what you take them for. They have 1 attack, and, Strength 3 with a power weapon, which is eh. But what they really have is a 3 plus Invuln save. So a couple of them, like if you're taking, 10 10 guys in your battle conclave, like 3 or 4 of those guys, the rest Death Cult Assassins, and you're pretty good. You just apply wounds to them first so they can take all the big hits with their shields, and let Death Cult Assassins eat things alive. And at that point, that's what you're using Jacobus for, if you're using him. You're using him to come in just behind your units to deal with assaults, because, again, sisters can't really deal with that. We'll talk about that in later episodes of this thing, or parts. And they need something to back them up. And that's really what these 2 priest guys are going to do for you. Either you take him, Jacobus, with this Battle Conclave and counter-assaulting things hard and fast, or you take Kirinov with Battle Conclave and counter-assault hard and fast into things, while giving Fearless to everyone nearby, which is great. Both are good options. And then Celestine, since I just got back onto that, take her with some Seraphim, and then they can jump over your sisters and counter-assault things. You see the pattern here. Your HQ, for the most part, if you're taking either of these 3, and they're the only 3 you really should take, should be your counter-assault unit, or one of them. Again, since standard sisters aren't good at it, these guys can at least specialize in anti-infantry and close range assaulting to tie up things. So that's what you should throw them at. So that's about it for the HQs. Next episode we're going to talk about troops, or troop, because there's only one. Please tell me what you think about sisters. I think I'm going to try to do this whole thing and try to get as much feedback, and a goal of mine, as of just before making this video, this is the second time I'm recording this, by the way. The first time I did it, and it was much better than this, and the lighting worked because my lights weren't out and wasn't using a backup light, but I accidentally deleted it. Happens. But I just saw about now is there's a Nova Style GT 2,000 point tournament in my area in early June. I might try doing it. I might try to bring this list just to bring sisters back. I mean, that's our goal here. We want people to play sisters, because this codex, well, the paper one in the White Dwarf, isn't a bad codex. It's not great, but I think it needs more play, and the thing that's holding it back, besides not having a lot of models for it, and not being easily get hold of the codex, is people just forget about it and think, oh, sisters, whatever, but they're worth it. And I guess that's going to be my job now, is to make people remember these girls and actually use them. So, till next time, where is the off button?